Hello again. This video is about covert narcissists and your friends. I've already done one video about narcissists or a covert narcissist and their friends, but I think it's more important to see what's going on with your friends. What I experienced in my ill-fated relationship with a covert narcissist is that I was slowly and somewhat deceptively, but definitely being alienated from my friends. He didn't like to be around them. He would behave rudely when they were around, if they were around. I don't know exactly why this was. There are probably some other videos on this that you can watch if you're actually interested in researching it more. My theory is that he knew that these people would see his inconsistencies, whereas I was too emotionally sort of caught up in the thing, and that they would warn me about it. And he would go to great lengths to make sure that we were not together, or that if we were together, he went through this little training process where all of a sudden, following an event, there was a big fight, and over something stupid. But the fight always would sort of redirect itself back to, okay, well, if this hadn't happened with your friends tonight, such and such, we wouldn't be having this, conflict. And this was all new to me, so I was just, I was confused by the whole thing, a little bit angry about the whole thing, but I was definitely confused by it. He would come back later on and say, well, I just think that was a misunderstanding, and it would be, kind of swept under the rug at that point because, well, maybe it was a misunderstanding, we can move on. But over time, I knew that I was being alienated from my friends because he didn't like being around them. And so eventually, and I think it was on a pretty high subconscious level, I decided to force the issue and arranged a situation where he was kind of forced to interact and see how he behaved. And it was horrible. It was embarrassing. It was rude. It was very passively rude. But I mean, I knew that he was doing it deliberately. And so anyway, that showed me exactly what I needed to know about that. But please pay attention to how your partner treats your friends, because your friends are people that care about you. They've been with you probably much longer than he has. They won't have the strong romantic connection that you've got, but they've cared about you much longer and in probably a more meaningful way. And he or she should respect your friends for the fact that they care about you. Now, they may not be your partner's favorite person to be around, but they deserve respect. And if they can't deliver that, then there's a reason. And there's a reason that you need to look into carefully. So that's my video on narcissists and how they treat your friends. I would pay very close attention to that. It's a big tell with them, I think. Have a good afternoon.